Your life has just changed dramatically. So has mine and everyone using the internet. What we used before with Google in the search has changed because of AI. It's dramatic. As a matter of fact, what we're calling it right now is the Google traffic apocalypse. This is how AI is transforming the search that I've been doing and what it means for your business. It is profound. We're going to see how to do that. I want to give you some specific answers of what has happened and what you're going to be able to do. And actually the good news of it, because the good news is if you know what to do right, you're going to be able to get ahead as never before in a much better way, much easier way than we ever did before. And we're going to see that this will happen. So as an introduction, it's really a pattern interrupt. We're seeing that what has happened is the way we did it before, we do a Google search and it gives us a list of things. We click on one, we go over to that website, is there. That's nice, but it is now different. That way it was before was the blue link era. We want to look at it that way. You get all those blue links on there, show you this and that one and that one. It's different now, and it's going to be better for content creators who know how to stand out, who become the source. That's a key. You want to become the source that people go to, so you're getting more citations. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later, but so that people say, hey, listen to what she said. She has some good knowledge on this. She wrote it in her blog, her videos talk about this, her podcast talks about that. This is the way to do it, and how we're going to be able to do it, and how we're going to be able to get ahead. You see, what's happened is the way we interact with search engines, now it has changed forever. Because we did it before. The familiar list of blue links that we had before, we put those in there. We've had it for decades. Now that has been changed by something quite different. And it's not an interface update. No, this isn't where they went in and interfaced that. It's a different way of looking at the information and how it is delivered to users. What we're going to see is, well, the behavior patterns. That we've relied on for years, now they are disappearing. Users aren't bouncing around from one site to another. You know how we'd go here and look at it and then go over here and get it? Now we're getting answers directly from Google without ever leaving the search results page. This fundamental shift is reshaping the entire digital landscape. It is making things different for you and me and how we're going to do it. As a matter of fact, now we're seeing something else. We're seeing the rise of the destination search. We're looking for it there. And just like we've been using with ChatGPT and Gemini and looking at other tools that are out there, Grok, looking at Perplexity, looking at Claude, whatever your LLM of choice is, this is how we are doing things now. It's quite different. And that is not going to stop. What we're seeing now is we're seeing that we're getting ahead in some different ways, and we're seeing that before was different. Well, matter of fact, let's take a look at that. Where we were before, see, Google pointed you to the resources and it let you do the research yourself. So you'd say, okay, I'll go over there. Now, here's what's happening now. Google now synthesizes the information and it teaches you directly with comprehensive answers. That's why we love AI so much. It used to be we had the clicks, now it's right there on the page. So that means just having your site there and thinking, okay, I'm going to rank high. How 2025 of you. Instead, we're doing something quite different, and it's going to be different. You see, the new search experience is conversational and it's interactive. This is what AI is all about. Instead of just clicking a bunch of things there to gather the information, we're going to engage in a dialogue with AI. Talking with AI is one of the best things we can do. When you talk, I like to take my phone and literally just talk with ChatGPT. It learns about who I am, it learns what's going on, and knows about me. Well, now Google is blending that into what they're doing with their search. It's creating really a seamless experience for users, and it keeps users engaged in a single interface. Fundamentally, this is changing the way that traffic is. And so what it is there's a new default out there. The new default is that Gemini 3 is the new default. That is what Google has done, and it's pretty profound how they're moving forward. Big news. This is not something that's just another upgrade that we're seeing. It's a fundamental restructuring of what we did before. Now, Google's Gemini 3, well, that's the engine behind every search interaction. Pretty amazing when you look at it. This isn't a feature you can opt out of. It's the foundation, the core of what Google is doing and how it operates. AI overviews, AI mode are powered by this technology, and it's making it the default experience for billions of searches every day. We're seeing that what we're doing is we're going in a different way. Matter of fact, take a look at these numbers here. We look at what is there in the daily searches and the way that it works. You know, you look at 8.5 billion daily searches. Google processes billions of these searches every day, all now powered by Gemini 3. 100%, this is the default experience, of AI is going to be powered by these results, and now it is the standard. This is not an option for you. This is something that we are going to use. It is the new Google in the way that it works. So the mobile is going to have a see more hook. It's going to see more that's out there. It's going to be able to do more. And so in using a mobile device, you'll get a lot more done that way as well. We're going to see that it will give you the ability to find out what you want. And that means we need to stand on. I've got a chart. I want to show you at the end of this video specifics that you can do as a content creator to see exactly what's going on and how you can start using this thing, what you can do with it, and the benefits that it's going to give you. The See More button is used, which used to be the gateway to the traditional search results. Now it's something entirely different. When users click on it, you go over there and you click on this, you're taken to a list of websites. They're staying right where they are within Google's ecosystem. And you see, this is what people have wanted all along. When you think about it, it's not a surprise. We've known if you go over to LinkedIn, they don't want you bouncing around over to this place or that place. Go over to TikTok, then over to YouTube, and over here to this. They want you there. Facebook, same thing. You go on Facebook, they want you to stay there, not bounce over. Well, now Google is doing this within their searches, and we're seeing it make some major changes here in some big ways. We're going to stay within that Google system. And so now when you click more on that, it opens a conversational AI interface. You're talking with AI as if it were a real person. The users can ask follow-up questions, dive deeper into the topics, and get personalized answers. This is a key. We want something that is tailored to us, and we're going to get that now, all without even visiting the website. So you might have your text there, and it's not going to be affected. What's going to happen? But there is a way that you can get around that and work with it. So what you're going to do, well, let's just take a look at some of the ways this has changed fundamentally here. See, to keepers there's no need to leave the search page for answers. They'll be right there. Your follow-up questions, they will keep the conversation going. And you're going to get complete answers without visiting the websites. You'll be able to see it that way. So you think, well, gee, if they're not going to my website, what am I going to do? You want to stand out as an authority. You want to be there as the person who has that so that people are citing you, and Google sees that. They go, oh, look what he's done. He's got 17,000 references that say go to his site for an authority. That's where we need to go. That's where we need to look and what we need to hang on to. So we're going to be taking a look at that quite a bit. So right now we're seeing a complete change, that what was popular before, being in position number one, doesn't matter as much. It's the death of that position. Now the old versus the new reality, things are quite different in that. Now ranking first in the Google search was once the holy grail. Hey, that was the thing you wanted. You want to get that first rating. But now the top position delivered 30 to 40% of all clicks for a given search term. The businesses built their entire strategies around capturing that coveted spot. It was the difference between success and obscurity. That's what we had to do before. But now it is different because, again, they're using Gemini and they're using those tools that are going to be there. Now the users are going to get their information from scrolling down to see carefully what you've optimized your listing. The traffic that once flowed to position one has been dramatically reduced. It won't matter as much. So now what we're having is really a consolidation of trust. The consolidation of the trust that we had in there to see what's going on. Now it's going to be a different way of looking at it to see, okay, how can we trust this person? Why do we know that? Well, it's got to be you writing some great content. So for content creators, hey, this is a really good thing. We're going to see a lot of capabilities with it and ways that you can do it. The old model is different than the new model. The old model, well, here it is. Google was the intermediary connecting users to trusted sources. Today, Google is the trusted source providing the direct answers. We're getting it right there. We want that. And it's talking to us in a conversation, not just, hey, I'm searching for a new car. Well, what kind of car do you want? It would ask you. You say, well, I'm looking for, say, an SUV, and I want to get good gas mileage and need a price range of here to here in this place. And it goes back and forth saying, well, here's something that could work, or maybe that would. It's going to be a little bit different each time. And we're going to see that what Google is doing is giving us a key capability of how we can start moving forward. And really what it is a psychological shift that's taking place right now. We're finding, not just validating. We were finding before, we'd find these websites. Now it's validating for us on that. What does that mean? Well, it means when it's validating, it's saying, okay, we're going to have something different, that someone gives us the information to say these are reliable sources, and you can start finding out about them right there. You don't have to go over to that website. You'll be able to see it. So it's the paradox of the zero click. We don't have to actually click on it. We'll just read it right there where we are on that page and be able to see the kind of things that are happening, what we're looking for within Google. And while the overall traffic numbers are declining, the users who do click are more valuable than ever, because now when they're clicking on this, they have got the information they need. They've gone beyond it, and they are even ready to buy. They're serious prospects, and they've already consumed Google's AI answer, and they want to go even deeper and find out more about you and your product, the service that you have. This represents a fundamental shift in the way the users quality over quantity look at it. They're looking for those who can give them what's going on there. So what we've got today is really a new user journey. The user is going through something quite different, and it'll be different. Let's take a look at a graph here. There are some lines I put in here that I think you'll find interesting. First, the users will enter the query, then they select from the blue links, then this consumes content on site, and then it builds confidence in the source. This is what happens when we work with that. So that we're going to see the kind of capabilities that it has and where it can go. So there's a step-by-step process that we'll go through on this. And that starts here when we look at where we are. So here's the process that you're going to go through as you look at it. The user is first going to enter the query. Where do we get this, or what do you know about that? Then the user will get a comprehensive response, and then subsequently absorbs the information. Say, okay, this is what we've got. Then seeking deeper validation. Why is this person good? Why is that source good? And then it confirms that with the source to see where you stand and what's there. The key is you want to be cited a lot more, and you get that by publishing the right kind of material and being there to solve problems for people. Doing the same thing before, but now at a much higher level. So really, when we get down to it, your solution is going to be something that we've done before, and it's going to count that you need to have real good content. The solution is going to be GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. That means you're creating good content. You're creating the information that people are looking for, that they want to get, and how they're going to get the answers that they need. You can be part of that. And what this means is you're going to be moving beyond the traditional SEO. What we have done before is not going to be what's working. It's going to be something that's going to be a whole lot better for everyone all the way around. You see, the game has changed. That traditional CEO wasn't focused on climbing up the rankings. You saw that many times. People would say, okay, we got to get this, we get a higher ranking there, because we knew if you were number 45 of a list of all these sources, chances are most people aren't going to click on it. If you're number 1, hey, that's really good. Maybe 2 or 3 would be good. But now we're seeing that the GEO, the Generative Engine Optimization, is going to be the source that AI systems are working, because that's what they're referencing and that's what they're quoting. It's not about being found. They're going to find you. It's about being cited as the authority within the AI-generated answers. This is the key. And the real power comes in by being cited. It's the power of citation. You want to be the authority. Be someone who is really knowledgeable in a given area that's really important. That means you're going to be using AI a whole lot more for research. How can we become more of an expert in this important area? Just being a generalist, not so good anymore. You want to be known for being an expert in a particular key area. That's been the real goal and really the important thing we needed to do for a long time. Now we have to do it even more. So when your content is cited in an AI overview, you become the expert witness. And I can use air quotes on that, the expert witness, a trusted source that Google's AI references to support its answers. It's saying, okay, we've seen him in here 4 times in these different surveys. This guy must know what he's talking about. And this is much more valuable than any traditional ranking because it positions you as an authority, not just yet another option that's this would be good, it's an option on the list. No, 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 no. What we want is those citations that are important. And of those citations, well, here's how it works. The citations in AI answers carry implicit trust and credibility that the money can't buy. And being referenced by AI signals a genuine expertise to users. Hey, Google told me this, ChatGPT told me this. These kind of things are coming through. We're going to probably see ChatGPT and the others doing a similar kind of thing. Perplexity doing that as well. So we're going to see some major changes in how we do it and what's going on. And it's going to give us the ability to have a different kind of identity. And that identity will be semantic identity. Take a look at how we are being seen online and where people are saying this person here is an authority. Now here's the key. The AI systems need to recognize you as a distinct authority, not just another website, not just another nice voice out there in the field. No, 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 no. This means that you're going to have building the semantic identity that AI can understand and it can reference. You become a known quantity. Oh, you want to get a solution to this? Here's the person. That means you build the trust and you start producing content that people then find that's going to be credible, giving solid answers that help that. So here's your goal. You want to become memorable to AI. You want that to be consistent, high quality content that demonstrates deep expertise. That's really good for all of us when you think about it. If I'm looking for a medical doctor or maybe a heart surgeon, I want to see a heart surgeon who has studied and knows about the cutting edge new developments and can tell me that what's going on in plain English, because I'm not a doctor. But they can tell me, well, the medical term is doodly-dop-dop-dop, or whatever they use in medicine, something really good. But what that means in English is da-da-da-da, real simple. So you want to learn how to associate your brand and who you are with specific topics. You become the go-to source. This is imperative. So this is where they're going to get good answers. So as we look at all this, things have changed quite a bit. Here's a good action plan and how to UIze your content. I talk about that all the time. If you're a Mary, if your name is Mary, you want to Maryize it. If you're a Bob, you want to Bobize it. I'm Terry, so I want to Terryize it. So we're going to have some fun with that and see how we can do it and make it work. This is the key so that as we grow, we're getting more. I'm going to give you some capabilities, some things you want to do, and here's something you want to stop doing. This is important. If you catch nothing else on this, remember this. Stop being generic. Stop being just the person who says, oh, you know a lot about this, you can know a little bit about this, a little bit of that. No, what you want is you want to be the person that says, okay, this is what is happening right now, meaning you want to hang on to those LLMs and you want to start using them to find out, okay, how can I get the information that is relevant, that is good? Do the research. We're going to be using research more than ever. Fortunately, we have deep research in many places like ChatGPT. We have that. We have it over on Gemini. Claude is incredible for that, doing a good job. And I like Grok. G-R-O-K. Grok helps us a lot. So we're going way beyond just generic. See, the generic how-to content now is commoditized. AI can outrun you and me and get better and more content, express it more eloquently. So we've got to stand out in a way so that we're producing the content that is different. We reference what AI is giving us. That becomes our assistant. It can produce that concept of what we do, gives us ideas, but we make the decision. We find out what we're going to do. So right now, for you and me, what can we do now? What are the things that you and I can do to make sure that we stand out? Okay, I've got something here that's going to be golden. This is something you want to look at, a solopreneur's citation cheat sheet. So instead of doing one thing, you're going to do something else. And why it works, let's take a look at this. This is something that's going to help you. You might want to get a screenshot of this one also. Instead of broad advice, you want micro experiments. You tried this, you did it, because AI can't guess your specific results. See, what happens is AI can go out and do some things there, but it can't talk about the experience you got last Wednesday when you were working with this client and you came up with these details. That is important. And do that over several experiences so you can see it. Another thing, you want to make sure that you have best practices, is what we talked about before. Now instead, I tried this. And then you have your personal experience, which is a unique training data. This is something that it found out. So now you're doing the training, but it's like you really did it. You did this study, you tried this experiment, this didn't work. You tried that didn't work either. But wait a minute, when we tried this thing, it worked really, really well. Now, another thing that instead you want to do, and that is instead of the fancy charts, you want raw screenshots. Visual proof is highly authoritative as a signal. People say this is what really happened, not just a real nice chart. Those are good, there's a place for them. I love the infographics we're getting from ChatGPT and from Gemini, doing a real good job of that. But even more so, you want the real world information. And then the abstract goals. Instead of that, having just these goals that we want to do this, you want named frameworks where you name a process and makes it citable. This is important. Find a process that you have that is something that you can say, hey, this is my process. I went through this. I'm doing these kind of things, making it happen. We're going to be talking more about this here on Stark Raving Entrepreneurs to let you see how to do it. It's a major breakthrough, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Is it credible? Is it something that is going to change? How are you going to change when you start working with this? So it's a major change in the way that we are doing work with computers and what we can do. And for those who can rise to the top and become that citable authority, the one that we have a lot of citations for, that's where you're going to win. You're going to do a lot there. And also, we're going to help you here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. If you like this video, you got some value from it, please like it and share it. It would mean the world to us for you to do that, and subscribe so that we can have you come back again. We want you to be here as we talk about this and many other topics related to AI and how you can use it, particularly as a content creator, and what you're going to be able to do with that in a profound way. And here's something we have for you that's going to help you and your team. AI tools for biz.com. People are using this right now. We're getting great feedback on it. You want to look at that. If you're listening to this on audio, it's all lowercase, AI tools, the number 4, biz.com. We're going to talk about ChatGPT there, DALL-E 3, what's available there when we were using that, and using it for Google, and we're using that for ChatGPT, using it for Canva, and how you can use some of the tools there, and also for Udly, a speech coach that's available for you. A lot of good things there that you're going to get. So if you got your phone with you and you're watching this on video, there's the QR code that you can use to grab that and get the information. So my friends, we have seen a major change. Now Google and the way we do search ourselves, as well as the way others will, has changed dramatically. And we're going to show you some more on this. You want to be sure and catch this next video. It's going to show you some of the ways that you can start leveraging these tools and make that work for you. I'm Terry Brock. We appreciate you being here with us, and I am looking forward to hearing from you.